Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL buzz lately, you've probably seen some whispers and rumors swirling around the AFC North. But there's one that stands out, a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the division and seriously bolster the Steelers' defense, especially their secondary. And let me tell you, this isn't just your typical rumor mill chatter. It's a serious possibility that could make a real difference in how Pittsburgh approaches the second half of the season and beyond. We're talking about Pat Surtain, the Denver Broncos' lockdown cornerback, possibly heading to the Steel City, and if this happens, it could be a game changer. Let's dig into what's being said, what it means for the Steelers, and why it could be one of the most impactful moves for the team in recent memory. First, I want to set the scene a bit so you know exactly what's on the table. The Broncos, sitting at 5-5 now, are in a rebuilding phase. They're looking to free up some cap space and acquire draft picks to prioritize their offensive rebuild, especially after dumping some of their cap hit to focus on the front seven, which has struggled at times this season. According to sources, Denver might be willing to part ways with Surtain in exchange for a second-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-round pick in 2027. That's a pretty hefty price, no doubt, but for a cornerback of Surtain's caliber, it could be viewed as a worthwhile investment. Now, why would the Steelers be interested? Well, the team's secondary has been a bit shaky lately. With Darius Slay out for a couple of games due to a concussion, the cornerback position has shown some vulnerability. They've been missing that shutdown corner that can truly lock down elite receivers and take the pressure off the linebackers and safeties. Surtain, as an all-pro level talent, would fill that void instantly. He's young, talented, and has a proven track record of neutralizing top receivers. His ability to limit big plays and lock down on the outside could be exactly what the Steelers need to vault their defense into elite territory. Let's talk about his profile a bit. Surtain, born in 2025, has played 8 games so far this season, and his stats are quite impressive for a young player. He's recorded 21 solo tackles, 6 assisted tackles, and is known for his minimal missed tackles and high coverage efficiency. His career numbers include 18 interceptions, 280 tackles, and 4 Pro Bowl selections. That's a resume that screams shutdown corner. His PFF grade hovers around 92, which puts him among the best at his position in the league. What's more, he's extremely disciplined, allowing only a 50% completion percentage when targeted, with an EPA per target of -0.35, and his man coverage stats are elite at 85%. He rarely gets beaten deep, with yards per separation averaging just 0.6 yards. Now, this trade isn't just about adding a talented corner. It's about what Surtain would bring to the Steelers' overall defensive scheme. Imagine the impact of having a true lockdown corner on the outside, capable of neutralizing the top receivers in the AFC North, especially against the Bengals' Jamar Chase. With Surtain in the mix, the Steelers could significantly reduce the yards per pass attempt, which currently hovers around 7.2 yards, dropping that number to closer to 5.5. That's a huge difference, especially against the division rivals who rely heavily on explosive passing games. Plus, Surtain's presence would open up opportunities for T.J. Watt to rush the passer more freely. When you have a corner who can lock down a side of the field, it allows Watt to tee off and apply pressure without worrying about giving up big plays. His pass rush numbers, which include 9.5 sacks this season, would only get more dangerous with a solid secondary supporting him. Moreover, his ability to reduce big plays, currently allowing 15 per game, down to around 8 would give the Steelers' defense a new level of consistency and reliability. That's crucial in close games, where every play matters and turnovers can be the difference between winning and losing. And speaking of turnovers, adding Surtain could boost the Steelers' interception numbers. The team's defense has been opportunistic at times, but could use an extra playmaker to turn those opportunities into points. With Surtain's knack for making plays on the ball, as evidenced by his career 18 interceptions, the Steelers might see a bump in their takeaway rate, potentially jumping from 1-2 turnovers per game to around 2-0. That's transformational for a team that's already known for its aggressive, smash-mouth style of defense. Looking at the broader picture, this move could elevate the Steelers' playoff chances dramatically. The odds of reaching the Super Bowl, which currently hover around +500, could improve significantly if they add a player of Surtain's caliber. His coverage skills, especially in man-to-man situations, are unparalleled, allowing him to shadow the best receivers in the league like Chase or the Bengals' Tyler Boyd, with a coverage rate of 91%. That's a huge boost for the Steelers' secondary, which has struggled at times to keep top-tier receivers in check. Now, let's not forget the context of the AFC North this season. The division has been fiercely competitive, with teams like the Ravens, Bengals, and Browns all vying for supremacy. The Bengals, in particular, have a potent passing attack led by Joe Burrow and Chase. If Pittsburgh manages to bolster their secondary with Surtain, they could not only neutralize some of those threats, but also push their playoff seeding higher, making that postseason run even more promising. With a solid secondary, the Steelers could improve their pass defense from 50% completion allowed to a more respectable number, and reduce big passing plays that have hurt them at crucial moments. Furthermore, Surtain's addition would be a real statement, a message that the Steelers are serious about contending. This isn't just a move for the short term. It's a statement that they're investing in their future, aiming for sustained success. With Mike Tomlin's leadership and a defense that's always been built on toughness and discipline, adding a player like Surtain could be the missing piece to unlock that next level. Of course, there are questions about how the trade would fit into the salary cap and draft plans, but given Denver's current cap situation and their focus on rebuilding, it's a trade that could make sense for both sides. Denver gets a couple of draft picks to help accelerate their rebuild, and the Steelers get a young, proven shutdown corner who can be a cornerstone for years to come. This kind of move could also free up some cap space, allowing the Steelers to address other needs or extend key players like T.J. Watt or Kenny Pickett down the line. All in all, folks, this is a move that fans of the Steelers should keep a close eye on. If it happens, it could be one of those legendary offseason acquisitions that defines a franchise's trajectory for years. Imagine a Steelers secondary with Surtain locking down one side and Minkah Fitzpatrick patrolling the middle. That's a recipe for a top-5 pass defense, and you know how much that can turn the tide in the playoffs. The AFC North is a tough division, no doubt, but with this kind of upgrade, the Steelers could be poised to take back control and make a serious run at another Super Bowl. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.